everybody, my name is Hannah. This is Indie Buzz Rocks, and I am super excited today. We have a special guest. They are the BirdLords, and I'm going to start with their sizzle reel. So, they've just come in. Let me join them. Add them right on in. You click the add, you click the invite, you check the BirdLords name, and then you click send request. Hey, Ruben Escobedo. Nice to see you. Doing okay. Oh. What's, I don't know. I have no idea. But you are in for a super special treat. BirdLords, did you get the join? There should be a little slide that comes on that says, please join. So.
Well, can anybody see us? I don't know.
Yeah,
probably not. Probably spinning, but if you're not spinning, hey.
Hi! Yay! You made it!
Yay!
Welcome!
Thank you.
So very excited to have you here. How are you both?
We're doing great.
Excellent, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
I wanted to say welcome very much and thank you so much for doing this with me. I am super stoked, super thrilled, and I wanted to start out by showing your sizzle reel.
Okay.
Don't mind. I think that it's super cute. Everybody's going to love it. So dig it, join on, holler at me if you can't hear it, okay? I'm going to push play. How's that? How's the view?
Lower. A little lower.
Lower?
Okay, you're getting better, and then a little to the... Okay, then down. 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 Down.
All the way down.
All right, you're pretty... Ooh, you're getting real... Okay, I think that's pretty damn close. It's pretty close for rock and roll.
All right. Are you ready? Drum roll, please.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Lisa. We're the BirdLords.
Tucson, Arizona.
So we can talk about it, darling. We gotta be about it too. Yeah. A brighter day, time to kick that sorrow.
Ah, look, it's the music box.
Your best days are behind. The soul injection to remind you. Free love ain't hard to find cause it's what you are. Free love ain't hard to find cause it's what you are. Free love ain't hard to find cause it's what you are.
Woohoo!
That was a fun night.
So I wanted to show everybody your Instagram, your YouTube, just so that they know how amazing you are. You have the sizzle reel, then you have your Free Love official video, then you have your Space Adventure Tech Lab 1, then you have your Space Adventure 2020 episode 1, being all about it. Then you have a BirdLords' Christmas special. Then you have the Dream Dancer, the BirdLords super official video. And I have to tell you, they are so adorable. I smiled, laughed, cried, and played them multiple times.
Aww.
So all of you viewers out there, that sizzle reel, once you see it and then you watch all the other videos, you'll see how they all clip in. And Dream Dancer has its own amazing video. And the BirdLords Christmas special, I mean, it had me in tears laughing. It was so talented. And so, I don't know, how did you do it all?
Hi. We did it in this space, and Mik has a lot of like editing experience and animation experience. So we painted a small thing blue and did a test shot. We're just like, we're gonna do a video, and slowly all of our walls became blue. And like you sent me that picture, and I was like, ooh, a real couch. We have like equipment, and you know, like I used to have a couch, but so we've done all that stuff in here, and it's changed a lot. Every different thing that we've had to do, and you know, chosen to do. So yeah, but it all happens right here, and
I would say it was a lot of free time through unemployment, actually.
Yeah.
Or semi-employment, different levels of employment, and just wanting to be creative, having these skills, not usually having someone to clown around with as much as she's willing to clown around. She'll build stuff. I'll say what I can do on the digital side and what I need in the real world, and she'll put it together and make it happen.
Yeah, I do like the sets. I build stuff.
And we can just kind of obsess on projects, all kinds of projects, for a while at the same time, and then we get them done, or whatever, they come to fruition, or whatever. The apex of the whole experience occurs, and then we move on to the next one, you know. So that's how it gets done, is we're always obsessing over small projects and then going to the next one.
Well, they're not small projects. They're quite fantastic. They are well detailed, well written out stories. And I mean, you, Lisa, had mentioned that you created the sets, and in your space adventure tech lab, all of you BirdLord fans out there, start collecting your materials, because they have a space adventure where you can create your own helmet and then send you pictures. So maybe at the end I'll just play a little bit of it, just so they can see the ending. Well, the ending of it. I found that fabulous. So Jeff's already collecting his materials to make his own helmet. So
we're still.
I hope everybody does join and does that with you, because it's adorable. I mean, I really needed a space adventure myself. So go check out their YouTube. That is #1 on your list, definitely. So can I ask you my first question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So where were you born and raised? Who would like?
Mine's shorter. It's Tucson, Arizona. It's where I'm living right now, and it's where I've always lived, and that's where I was born and, in fact, raised.
Well, then you are exactly where you were born and raised.
Correct.
You're loving it, and you're digging it, and I love it, and everybody else loves it, and I'm thrilled. I like the fact that you're in your hometown. That's solid heart. And you, Lisa, where were you born and raised?
I was born in Michigan, and I was raised between Michigan and California, basically. And I've been in Arizona for, I guess, 30 years or some ridiculous number to recall.
So you were also raised, yes. So you have lots of places where you were raised at. I love it. I love it. And how did you two meet?
Right. We got this, right?
Yeah.
We got a simple thing. Well, Tucson's a really small town, so we should have met a long time ago. Basically, shortly after she moved here, we should have met, but we didn't for a long time. And then we did. Oh fuck! I already fucked it up.
We met at a party.
We met at a party.
Basically, we met at a party. He was playing music, and he was kind of running this little loopy karaoke thing, you know, so it was just spontaneous, and people were singing, and yeah, and I ended up playing, and you know, I went and saw him the next morning at his regular gig, and we just got to know each other, ran into each other at a couple more parties over the next couple of months, and eventually he let me know that he was wanting to hang out after I let him know in the first place that I wanted to hang out.
Aww.
So we just, a number of
It was
parties.
love at first sight, but you had to like, you had to do the little dance.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm a little old for love at first sight, you know, and I was so it took a real bit of work, and it worked out perfectly. There were like levels of relationshipness that we would come across like regularly. You go and travel together, you cohabitate together, you have a band together, and play some gigs together in holidays, and just, you know, holiday specials, and just everything kept building, and nothing ever seems too terrible. So
I think it was important for both of us,
at all,
whoever we were to meet, that we wanted to get to know the person that we were going to be with. You know, like that's the thing. You genuinely want that person to know who you are and not have illusions. And so we just took time to get to know each other. You know, we practiced communicating better. We
still do.
You know, still do. We practice communicating better more than we practice music. But
We practice pinball more than we practice music.
Oh, you guys have a pinball machine at your house?
What?
Did you say you had a pinball machine at your house?
Well, virtually we do.
Oh, cool. I like that.
It's
I like it a lot.
we might be able to turn the camera around. It's in Space
Do we
Adventure.
have a question though? Are we finished? Are we still answering something?
Oh, I don't know. We're just
Continue. Because the Space Adventure, everybody, you have to go to their YouTube page and watch Space Adventure. I mean,
convert our spaceship into an arcade. So essentially, it's a console that we stand at, and we've got the proper, you know, flippers. So it's on the computer.
can you see it?
Yeah, so back there, that was an old organ, and we broke it all down. Mick installed the LED lights, and it had a whole bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah, dude.
And so then when Space Adventure kind of landed for a while, we needed to do something else with the cabinet. And so we turned it into an arcade, and it has like all of the arcade consoles that you would want. And then you can also play pinball on it and just actually stand there and, you know,
I don't see the pinball.
attacks.
Should I play the thing about you're making the okay, so here she's making her helmets. It's adorable, you guys. Go watch it. This is their space. I mean, every single detail is beautiful. You have and you even talk on the phone. Oh wait, my favorite is
We lost your voice.
oh, can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, so there's a question. Does Tucson still have the pinball arcade? D&D closed, but they're supposed to reopen, and I just looked them up. They're supposed to have some of their games out there, like Sterling Wench and a couple other places. But there's this weird community center on Grant that's like an ice hockey rink / arcade. It reminds me of something back in Michigan. It's hilarious. And we're waiting for them to get their Mars Attack machine back, supposedly next week.
Oh my God.
It's really important.
Look.
How do you show this? I had
Stuff and put
things
together.
It's so cute. That's Lisa making her helmet.
Well, it's
Well,
Mick's
my
helmet.
helmet.
It's
He-
Mick's helmet, but
he was
Lisa.
the spacewalk.
Pardon?
He was the one doing the spacewalk.
Yes.
For toilet paper, because this is
Oh, yeah.
right at the
Hi,
beginning
Brandy. Yeah, do you remember
of the pandemic.
toilet paper shortages? So long ago.
Everything has changed, man.
Yes. Yes. Everything has changed.
Not just the hair.
Oh yes. So I already had the question. Who does your hair? I have a.
That was my hair.
and
You do it, Lisa,
I do my hair.
and you color it as well.
Yeah. I went home and my sister got me going as far as like shaving the sides, but yeah, I went to beauty school for about half of it.
Minute.
I have some skills that way, but yeah.
I'm mad skills. My hairstylist friends.
Mick shaves the sides. I'm sorry. Mick shaves the sides for me now to get it in there, and he's getting less and less uncomfortable about that ordeal.
Slowly.
Slowly. Okay. Well, are you ready for your next question?
Yes.
Okay. Would you please share with us one of your earliest childhood memories?
I pooped my pants.
What?
In preschool, you know, just right when you're starting to mix with the other little people. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but exactly what happened. But I was running out to the recess, and there was a kind of a weird feeling happening, and then I stopped and I reached back, and I had to go back and fess up to my mess up.
I didn't know this.
So, did it scar you for life, or I mean,
Well, I mean, it taught me.
Garden, by the way.
It taught me about poop. But no, I wasn't scarred for life. But I think I learned all those lessons.
Oh, did they make fun of you?
You know, I don't remember anybody making any fun of me. It was, you know, that time. Shit happened still.
Thank God you had toilet paper.
Yeah, right?
Yes, it's a big deal. Thank you for sharing that lovely adventure.
Yeah.
How about you, Lisa? Can you share one of your earliest childhood memories?
To have gotten to go home early.
Oh, you did.
I probably did.
Victory.
It's not like I had extra pants.
So now, victory, you got to go home early from school.
Yeah, that was always one of the victories.
Or yes, absolutely.
I was a very sick kid.
Were you?
Yeah, so I stayed home a lot.
Really?
I won't lie, I got a lot of victories that way, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, we're framing it as victories.
Oh, right.
That damn institution, I was out of that mess. What a mess.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
That's good.
You learned how to use that potty trick to get home then.
Right, I mean, but I changed it up.
James not gonna pull that over on me again.
I got asthma. I got more sophisticated.
Good for you. Learning the system at a young age. Lisa, what was your first childhood memory? Thank you, Mick.
Shut up now.
So I have a pretty extensive memory. I remember a lot of stuff, but there's one in I think maybe the second house that we were in, and I was, oh my God, toilet story. I don't remember what was going on as far as other than just like peeing, but what I do remember is singing, and I was singing, oh, Dr. Hook keeps getting in the way. A lot of people aren't going to know who that is, but basically I'm just sitting on the toilet and I'm looking up into the closet and I'm singing my little heart out about like not moving in together, or do you remember?
Can you sing the song?
I will remember it mid-interview.
Okay.
And so I can feel my little person, you know, in that memory. So I feel lucky. I have a lot of really great memories.
You did somebody teach you this song, or did you make this song up? Like,
sorry, it was totally on the radio. It would have been like 1973 or 4. So like the whatever hit song on the radio. And whenever I tell the story, I can never remember the song. And as I said, I'll remember it mid-interview.
oh, good. I'll save the question. We can come back to it.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. What was the first album that you purchased?
Well, the first album that I asked for and I got for Christmas was John Schneider, from the Dukes of Hazzard. But the first album that I bought for myself was Fear the Record.
What is that? I don't know it.
It's a punk rock album.
Ooh. And how old were you when you purchased it?
I guess like 15.
And what was there a special song on it that you like wrote all the lyrics down to and sang into the hairbrush?
I'm not sure. It was, we went to the mall and I bought some imitation Ray-Ban Wayfarer glasses and I bought this album. And so it could have just been relative to the selection of punk rock albums I was familiar. It probably was one of the most confrontational looking, or I don't know if I was looking to buy something that outwardly would affect the people around me, but I did know the music and the songs, and yeah, went home and promptly put it on the record player and laid it all night long.
Wow. Do you still happen to have that record?
I do have it, yeah. Not in the cover because of a fire, but I do have some vinyl that didn't get destroyed from that time period.
Oh, sweet. I don't know a lot about punk rock, but I do know the continual movement, you know, get it going, get it going, get it going. And I like that. I can see that in your all of your productions. It's amazing. It's amazing. What about you, Mik? What was your first thank you, Lisa. What was your first album that you purchased?
Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome, Mik.
I I had all that time, which wasn't that long, to think about it, and I don't have a proper answer for I don't really know the first one I laid money on. I have the one I won,
okay.
like at a local sort of, the radio station came out to, I don't know, some business,
Yeah.
maybe some place I was at, but they were there, and I happened to be in on some kind of, see, my memory sucks, on some kind of competition, not a pants pooping competition, thank you, but maybe toss a thing into another thing, and I got it, and so I got Simply Red. No, yeah, it did. One of the Simply Red records with his hair, that maybe, and I didn't like it very much at all. And then I stole a tape from Kmart, which almost counts. It's like the first one that I wanted.
What tape was it?
It was the Time Ice Cream Castles. So I stole that. And then the Christmas one, like yours, that I wanted real bad was Thriller, and I got it. So.
Ooh, I love how you both kind of came into this colorful world of like punk and I don't know what the Red album was. What kind of music was that?
Red? I don't know. It was soft, limp dick music to me. It was real ballady and just
Simply
like
Red is like 1986.
It was beyond my emotional reckoning at that point. I was like junior high, and I just wanted simple colors and strong feelings and like shapes and real like heavy things.
They're kind of like in the Breakfast Club genre of bands, like that time period, the mid 80s.
A lot of washy synths and just like just guys tender before we were ready as a culture for tenderness like that. It wasn't, at least not where I'm from.
We're listening to that album tonight. I don't think he's listened to it since.
Yeah.
We need to go ahead and update and just like get an updated review. We'll have to touch base with you about what we find out.
I look forward to that because it would be new for me. I don't know it. Okay, thank you. Are you ready for your next question?
Sure.
What was, well, along those lines, what was the first concert that you went to? Huh?
No.
First time that I went to, no. Except my brother's like junior high or high school band concert.
Really?
So yeah, certainly that was got to be one of my first concert experiences. And certainly the most impressive. It's what got me going in the first place, was seeing him on stage and saying, well, you know, I can do that.
What band did your brother play in? And
They
what
were,
did
it was his junior high band, and then his high school band, and the marching band, and the high school jazz band. That's what got me started playing. Yeah.
what was the first instrument that you played? Sorry.
It's fine. They all start you all off on recorder.
Yes, second grade.
Was probably the first thing I intentionally was forced to study or whatever, learn the notes. But saxophone was my first real, like, I'm gonna play this.
Wow. That's a big thing. Now, did your brother play the saxophone?
He does, yeah. He certainly did back then.
Oh, good. Wow. So you really followed in your brother's footsteps. That's nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Come on. I like that. Your friend Amma says that Willie Nelson was her first record. What was your first concert?
What Willie Nelson album? I can see the text. I just can't respond to it. My first concert technically was Dr. Hook. Again, with the Dr. Hook during this interview, I have no idea why they're being manifested. At the California State Fairgrounds, you know, where the swap meet happens next to Magic Mountain. So we would go to the swap meet, and then Dr. Hook was playing there randomly at the little stadium. So that's the first official concert that I remember being taken to.
And do you happen to remember like how old you were?
Oh yeah, I would have been like 7 or 8 or something like that. Pretty early.
And is that when you decided, just like Mik, that you could do that too?
I don't know. I always sang, and I had it around me. My mother sang. My stepmother's an actress. My sister and I went to Carpenter Elementary in California in Orange when the busing thing happened. But when we used to get to walk to school, we would stand on the corner and sing "The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow" at the top of our lungs, like we were going to get discovered. I remember a little girl out there. It was me and my sister. But you know, so I guess there was always some longing and some natural inclination to sing. And then it was like, I don't know, around, you know, puberty, started writing poetry, 7th grade or whatever. I think it was when my writing started like happening. So yeah.
What was the first instrument that you learned to play or sing or?
Right. Well, I mean, I was in choir and in theater from pretty early on. I think the first musical class that I had was recorder. We had like a recorder class that we left our regular class and went to. I can still sing or play half of the theme song to MASH.
Ooh,
Awesome.
that's
yeah. I'm not working on a video and a remix and stuff, but I don't want to talk a lot about it. But so we had this awesome little plug-in tabletop organ that was it was brown, and so that was the first instrument that was just around that I got to play. And we had like chord books, so I remember playing Beautiful Dreamer and just making sounds on it. And I ran across one a couple of years ago at a thrift store, and I was like, oh, I kind of want it. It just, you know, it just has this place in my history. But that was just all independent. The guitar would be finally the instrument that I started playing. I learned it. I learned some of it. So
that's one that you kept learning. It was the one that pushed you further into singing and playing together, maybe.
Well, it was the instrument I started playing out of necessity because my lyrics and my voice were not being utilized. And so I started playing solo. So I learned how to play guitar basically so that I could continue to perform and like write my songs and not have them just languish on the page. So, but yeah, it's never been my favorite thing. It takes a slice of energy away from something else that I want to be doing, which is a different kind of performance. So it'll be amazing to have like all of the musicians around me, to run around and interact with them and like jump on their heads and like, I don't know, I just want to run around on the stage and I don't want to be encumbered by a guitar. So
I understand that. It's very hard to actually stand up and play guitar. I mean, it's hard to sit down and play it, but add the standing part and the jumping around part. It's not so easy. It takes a lot of work. Yeah. So yeah, I can understand that.
I watch people on Radio Venice, and there's people who it comes naturally to, and I'm always amazed, and I recognize like, that's not how I feel in that moment. I feel like it's not a part of me. And so being able to go ahead and own that and say, I need to be doing the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And I can still play guitar to record, I can still write with it. I can still utilize it as a tool. But it's, I don't have to. I think there's some dog attention happening. But yeah, so the guitar.
Yeah,
I like the collection behind you.
Yeah, that one's got a string hanging down. Okay, you ready for your next question? Thank you. That's very interesting. Yes. I find it very interesting to hear how you learn and how it switches you and how your brain starts connecting everything. It's very cool. It's very cool, and it's a lot of courage. It's really courageous. Okay, you ready for the next question? What would you share with us, please? One of your highest high lyrics, or like delightful high.
A lyric that we have heard from someone else, or
one that you wrote.
Oh.
I mean, it could be a line from one of your videos if you want, but either way.
I mean, that's a great question, and I don't know, it's probably different for both of us, but there's definitely an intention and a care with words, and crafting a sentence with multiple layers of feeling and stuff. I think that Free Love, the song Free Love,
Yeah, it's what we are.
I want people to feel that they are loved and know it. So it's a serious message in a fun song, but there's passion there, and there's an importance that's that people are uplifted. So yeah, that's one I like.
Those are good. That's a good one.
Thanks,
hey,
Mik.
So there we were in Taos, New Mexico at the Field Tripping Fest. Shout out to Lynn.
Hi, Lynn.
Shout out to all the freaking Venice crew that was out there when we were out there, when we first met everybody. And there was a guy by the fire who had this mantra that he kept repeating to like the wind. And it was, don't talk about it, be about it. Don't say it, do it. And he said it so many times that he would say the first half, like just sporadically, it would just come out of him over the course of a night, where we were and how we were and with whom we were with and everything like that. That night was like an endless odyssey of forever stretched time,
Yeah.
Yeah, so like a little vortex. And by the time, he would say, don't talk about it, everyone knew to say, be about it, or do it, or whatever the hell it was, the other half. And so that, we took that into us because we couldn't help it. It was drilled into neural pathways that were ripe and open and just brightly shining with rainbows. And so I like that one.
You have that in your
Everywhere.
space video.
Yeah.
Like you got about it too, right?
About it.
In this,
Yeah. Don't say it, do it. Don't talk about it.
Be about it.
I just dig it.
So yeah, we do. We are working on our set, and that song is actually going to be included in our set. I do believe that the single is available on Bandcamp on the Space Adventure soundtrack.
That's true.
There are 4 or 5 songs on the Space Adventure soundtrack. There are also individual songs on the Christmas.
they're so cute. I'll try to pull it up while y'all are talking, but it's so adorable. I love that. Okay, that's a good one. I love how that story manifested into your space adventure, considering the time warp twist.
Yeah, it's manifested wholly into our beings and into our lives. And anytime, you feel stuck, you just draw on the mantra, baby.
You gotta talk, be about it.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, thank you for sharing that. It makes the song, the adventure, space adventure, really special, and the love song, the dream, yeah. Okay, you ready for your next question?
Yeah.
Would you share with us one of your lowest low lyrics?
Well, in my solo act, where I'm live looping all these instruments and a telephone microphone, I wrote this song out on the streets when I was busking about my mom, because who doesn't have a mom? And I would do a silly voice imitating my mom, kind of like the Peanuts, wah, 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 wah. And I'd do it in the phone. And I'd be going along, and everything's great, and then the phone would ring, and ring, 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 and I'd be like, hello? Wah, wah. Oh, hi, Mom, boom, and then it'd kick off, and I'd go through this whole thing about how terrible my life is. My last, wait. My last job fell through, the next one too. My plans turned to poo and the phone bills due. I got trouble with a capital M for money. It's plain to see the thought will lead to misery. Checks that were supposed to come have not come. It's not fun. Mustard sandwich on a white bread bun, 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 bun. That's not good nutrition. And so people really dug this song, and they would request it, and they still request it. And then I found out, I've been doing this a long time, so it's halfway in, I found out my mom fucking hates this song. She hates this song. And I'm not like that with my mom. It's not like that. She's really cool and chill and everything. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Oh, God, I hope she's still alive to see it and everything. But, a hit's a hit, right? So.
Like how you brought back the childhood memory of the poo, and it was to your mom. She must mean a lot.
She's the one that came pick me up when I pooped my pants,
Yeah. Very
there for you.
She was. She changed my name.
Very special. Thank you.
Okay, that's low.
Huh?
That's my low lyrical go.
That's a good low. That's a heartfelt low. It really is. It's beautiful. Thank you. What about you, Lisa? Would you please share with us one of your lowest low lyrics?
Yeah, I would say, I don't know, good chunk of songs I wrote about 10 years ago. I didn't even realize I was writing about how traumatized and sad and whatever I was. But so in Rogue Tenant,
available on Bandcamp.
Available on Bandcamp.
It's a Nest Egg EP.
Word.
Boom.
Good one. I like that.
Sorry.
I'm trying to pick. You keep me living off your main line. You keep me living off your grid. You keep me living without something. Don't remember what it is. Keep me living on the memory of how it was when we was doing fine. Keep me living like a rogue tenant. Keep me living like a rogue tenant.
Wow. You guys went in. You went in there. That's a growly one.
Yeah, yeah. It's cool because it's a good upbeat dance song, and
Yeah, you also got that one that goes mine, 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 mine,
Oh,
mine, mine, mine.
yeah. I mean,
It's intense.
I guess that's the most recent one and the most specific. So something like Rogue Tenant, I didn't really realize what I was writing about. It took me a long time to like to know, and so there was a lot of vulnerability. And at one point, like learning more about myself, I was playing the song, and and I stopped in the middle of it, and I was like, "Oh my God, that is what was happening to me." And then a couple of years later, I was like, "Oh my God, it was me doing it to me." So there's been a progression of understanding of the layers. All of those things were happening. My own limitations, my own perceptions, relationships that we go into so that we can grow, patterns that we repeat. And but so the golem, also on Nest Egg, that would be something that was specifically happening that I never wrote a song like that, in that something really bad, something really traumatic was happening. And it's still not technically like completely healed. So I needed to get that out of me on paper, and it became that song. So yeah, that would be like a manifestation of one of like the lowest spins of like my spirit, and a lot of loss.
Was that the first time you actually was that making that connection of when, knowing that it was your lowest, knowing it was something that you needed to work through, was that the first time that you recognized that in writing the song?
I think it was the first time. So I was writing a letter.
Oh, okay.
It was like word vomit, and I needed to separate this thing, this entity, this being that was getting in the way and messing everything up. And I had to put all of that on a separate piece of paper. And then I could write from a different place, because I had to purge this need to justify and explain and be understood, and to know. Sometimes you just don't ever get to know. And, so yeah, I'm cool with having major experiences, because like what I know so much more, and I'm grateful that I was able to put it in the form of a song, because I'd never, after weeks and an extended turmoil, I was able to do something that really made me feel better. Putting it over here, I could look at it. And
You had to do that, or did you just fall into it naturally? I know you mentioned your mom was a singer, or your sister.
well, I've like,
Did they train you a little bit, or did you just do it out of natural?
I wrote out of kind of natural desire and habit. I wasn't completely discouraged, from doing it.
That helps.
Early on, as like a child, it was poetry. And then, as I became a teenager, the desire to turn that poetry into music. There was definitely a progression of being able to write a song, or being able to complete a song, and what I needed to learn to be able to do that. And then realizing what those songs were actually about, like I was just describing with Rogue Tenant, understanding the underlying levels of what I'm writing, to then a song like Golem, where I knew that writing was a tool, but I've never talked about it like this. I never thought about it like this. Like, I know on a certain level, but it was like a sword, that
The word, yeah,
good job. Yeah. So, yay, music.
Well, yes, absolutely. And the courage you had to go through that process. It's not an easy process. I mean, you might write it on a piece of paper, but to bring it out and then share it, which is very courageous. Very courageous. Thank you. Okay, are you ready for your next question? What do you know to be absolutely 100% true? Mik, you want to start? Lisa always gives you too much time to think. No, I'm just kidding. Who wants?
No, not always, right? I mean, I've been really good. Despite what everyone said I was going to be like, I'm right on top of everything. The first thing that popped in my head is, well, sort of the we're going to die, sucker.
Wait, say that again?
We all, everything's going to die. That I know is true. I believe that one. Yeah, but that's just, off the cuff. What do I know is true?
Then how do you live if you know that to be 100% true? Well, we all know it's 100% true, but how do you adjust yourself to make the most of that knowledge?
How do I adjust to make the most of the knowledge? Well, I try to be about it and not talk about it, and or as often as possible. As the candle wick gets slower and all this, time ticks on things take on more importance. Maybe actually doing less is okay. Maybe I don't have to fulfill all these weird goals that I had in my youth, thinking what rock and roll and music industry success might be like. And, maybe happiness comes in smaller, more intimate doses. And, it's trying to find balance in things. Balance is a good thing, but I love obsessing so much. What can I say?
You have fun with it. That's the beauty. That's wonderful. I love
Having fun
with it.
If I have learned anything, being yourself is fun. Is the most fun you can have. Is just being who you are, and whatever time you got, more of it than not should be done doing that. Whatever the fuck that is. Like, it can change from whatever you thought you were gonna do in the afternoon. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that, so try to be less
than now,
and be about that moment.
Certainly.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, pinball game.
Pardon? Oh.
His life is like pinball. Right?
Which flippers can you use to ding the thing around?
That's for sure. Get off my sangria, McGarrison.
All right, well, I'm going to have to step away again. It's your turn to answer, though, so that's good.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Matt Schaefer. Matt! Hi, Maddie. He is in Albuquerque, New Mexico, as far as I know. So, what do I know is absolutely true. Yeah, that's a great question.
You are love, baby.
That's
the one you always.
I know it's a big one though. This is what I know to be true. That I am love, and you are love, and Mik, poopy pants over there. We all are love, and yeah, it's a big one.
That's a big one. It's really easy to.
But if just imagine if everybody had that notion, how we would treat each other, how we would treat ourselves, how we would treat the environment. It's there's no lacking in that notion. Free love is what you are. So.
Free love is what you are. That's true.
Baby.
I love that. I love that. You have a lot of it's interesting to see that, how you really fall into the love as you have above your head back there. It's beautiful. Okay, are you ready for another question? If you could be a superhero, what would you be and why?
But it's your turn to answer first.
Well, by day, I would be the mild-mannered Mama Java. making coffee, having art shows. I mean, it's kind of based on a true story. But by night, my name would be Bev Rage. And I don't know, I'd go out in the street and kick some ass that way. Probably.
All the bad guys, right?
Yeah. But would my
What's your name?
Bev Rage.
Beverage.
Short for beverage.
Right. So you'd have like.
Oh, very clever. I like that. I didn't get that. Beverly.
It's a spin on being a barista during the day.
Yeah.
I love that's where coffee comes in. That's where the rage comes in.
Yeah, that is the answer to the question.
Awesome. What about you?
Me? Well, it's not a superhero, damn it, but I've been waiting for a while now for the vampires to come and offer me a slot. And it's getting close to the time when I would feel like probably saying no, because who wants to be like an elderly vampire? That sounds like shit. But
wait, vampires don't age.
Yeah, he wants.
Right, but they are what they are.
When you get vampired, you stop aging.
You stop aging.
So if you get vampired at 6 years old, you're always in the body of a 6-year-old.
Right.
He's saying he likes what he's got right now,
Ooh,
but later he might not want that business for eternity.
Yeah, do I always want to be a 78-year-old? I don't know. Like,
so you want to be vampired now is what you're saying. It's time.
Like soon, guys.
Yeah, well, he's still
They're all out there, right? They're all out there.
Shout out to the vampires on Instagram. Much love.
But so, yeah, the ability, like, there's all the kinds of vampire rules, right? I gotta drink blood.
What would you want to do with being a vampire? I mean, we've got making our love in the day and kicking ass at night over there. So you'd only be out at night.
Sure. Well, mostly. I mean, some of the vampire lore, they're okay in the day. They're just not full sexy, you know? You get like 10 years taken off, like automatically. You get super sexy points, like out the gate. Eternal life, you know, more or less. There are limitations to that. But I'm sure I could come up with ways to get my blood. While kicking ass, she would kick the ass and I would drink the blood.
Oh my gosh, that's great. You guys are like the superhero.
I sleep all day. I mean, that's how it is anyway.
Evil kickers.
Yeah. You knock them down, I drink them up.
I love it.
Watch our concept album.
Would you, your next question?
Yep.
Would you share some of your favorite activities that you, or hobbies, or things that you've been doing during the virus?
During the virus, she says.
Well,
yeah.
In general, I suppose.
Well, during the virus, we have played a lot of video games.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, or real ones?
What?
What?
Oh,
Your spaceship?
online, some pinball. I asked for one of those plug into the TV, those little boxes that you could play Miss Pac-Man on for when I'm really, like, when I've done all the landscaping, I've done all the cleaning, like, I am so fucking bored that I finally just want to, like, burn my brain on a little Miss Pac-Man. And now we have it, like, an entire arcade. So we played some video games. We did make Free Love. We've continued.
You know what she means.
Let's see. What else do we do for
I know you do painting, right, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yes, I do painting. I make
Found
painting.
your artwork online, or do you have it?
Oh.
Prints.
Thanks for asking. You can find it at Lisa Lemart on Facebook, and I don't have a page or a website at the moment. I post stuff on the BirdLords page for my art. I do have a show coming up in November, so I'm kind of gearing up for that, and there'll be more posted. So you can find Lisa Lemke Art, I think is how you would find me on Facebook. But yeah, so I do mostly acrylic, but like he said, I like to build stuff. So my art a lot of times is 3D. I like making sculptural things, but I like building things, you know. It's all kind of a different, you know, just different types of artwork. But my show will be acrylic on canvas.
Ooh, I look forward to that. You know, you can sell your stuff just on Instagram. There's yeah, you can just, there's a way to do it.
Okay.
What about you, Mik?
Some
Activity.
stuff that I like to do.
Mhm.
I do enjoy little electronic projects.
Like
So
putting together wires or electric.
sure. Well, it's what I'm mostly into involves like programming little chips. And then they'll do things like accept button pushes and knob turns and switches and have lights attached. So I've done a lot of lighting things with different colored lights that react to sound and strobe and do cool funky stuff. Yeah, the console that was part of Space Adventure had like really a deep amount of stuff going on for
Yes,
what
it does.
thing.
It had a lot of lights.
It had a lot of lights.
It did stuff.
It had a lot of modes, and it had like internet radio built in, and I wanted to make it a video game in itself, but that never came to fruition. But I like lights and bing bong buzzies and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So that comes and goes.
It's been a long pandemic, and because we've gone in phases. So we got our camper. So for a while, getting everything about that ready,
True.
You know, painting the inside. Mik was under our car, wiring the brake controller so that, you know, from like to the hardwiring it to the brakes under the car, and it's all nicely up there. And so that was a good couple of months during the pandemic. It's been a rotating. We've kept busy, and then we've had slumps, you know, and we've done, I guess, a bunch of different stuff as it, you know, comes down to it.
I like traveling as a hobby. I don't do nearly enough of it, but boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, according to your spaceship, it says time to travel. So I would like to play that on the way out, just so in case people, or just a little bit of it.
Okay.
I loved it. I love it. Let me just double check to make sure I have my questions. Are there 3 words? Oh, are you ready for one more?
Yeah.
Can you think of 3 words to describe yourself?
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Ooh.
3 words.
Oh, I wish you had theme music during this question. Just like give people
I can do that. I got your
3 words between the 2 of us.
no. Well, yeah.
Virtual one person.
3 each.
3 each. That's 6
3
words.
each. Well, 3
Okay.
each for one each.
Yeah.
Uncircumcised. There's one. You go. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like that.
I can do that.
You go.
Surprised.
Surprised.
Ooh, yes.
All right. That's 2 words. Now, see, they are all like occasionally this,
That's okay.
sometimes that.
For today,
Describe
3 words. Out.
White.
That's consistent.
That'd be redundant. Uncircumcised, white.
The best thing since sliced bread.
That's a bunch of words, though.
Pardon me?
Oh, that's more than one word.
So wait.
Okay, that's a stickler question. You can morph it as you wish.
Hi, Ray.
Aw.
Ray's there.
Ray? Yeah.
Okay.
American.
Ooh, American. That's cool. Favorite.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Nah.
Good job.
Circumcised white American.
Awesome.
Sounds like rock in there. Hi.
Oh. Glad to join today. So,
What was your first one?
well,
Surprise.
surprise.
Count,
Yeah, I mean that, you know, the moment is past. I would say centered,
Ooh, very good.
considerate.
Centered and love. Is that what you said?
Centered, considerate,
Considerate.
and considerate like in an empathy kind of way. And funny.
I agree. And what was
Good
the
one.
surprise?
Fucking girl, I'm hilarious.
You are hilarious. You were
Yeah,
so. On that note, can I play this just a few minutes of your space thing?
Yes.
It's
Basically, don't lie.
yeah, your space adventure tech lab 2020.
Down.
A little bit down.
Down.
Hi, hello.
Perfect.
Hi there.
Is that good?
Welcome to the Space Adventure 2020 Lab. I'm glad you stopped by. Here at the SATL, we are constantly working towards forwarding advances in space adventuring, designing, building, and creating the tools we need to boogie in space. Our most recent project was for a helmet for Commander Garrison. With limited access to supplies, we were able to find on board partial gas mask, veterinary heat lamp, vacuum hose, pool filters, heavy black fabric, aluminum tubing, beer, miscellaneous washers, gaskets, bolts, various fittings, antennae, and doodads, dark and light silver metallic paint, alphabet stencils, Galaxy Glue brand glue sticks. Beginning with the lampshade, fabric, aluminum tubing, pool filters, and vacuum hose, I assembled the basic form of the helmet using calibrated instruments certified to be dead-on balls accurate.
Dead on
Measuring
balls
twice
accurate.
and cutting once.
Yeah,
Check.
to my cousin Vinny quote.
As you can see, Garrison, fully suited, is still able to play space music and is now well on his way to his first space walk. But wait, there's more. Using metallic paint, we were able to reduce surface glare while simultaneously adding a protective hardening layer over Mik's delicate and beautiful hair area. The assorted hardware came in handy both technically and aesthetically. A space helmet really does need to have accoutrement, don't you think? Here we have our lovely model Mik to demonstrate. Mik is looking stunningly safe and extra spacey in Apocalypse wow of a spacesuit helmet ensemble. An adventure styling, dramatic lines slim the space traveler, while the thoughtful aerodynamic action of the helmet says, "Look at me, I'm a fucking spaceman." No bad hair days on Earth or in heaven. Well, Mik looked just great, didn't he? But more importantly, he'll make it back to the ship safe. So it's time to get back to work now. There's always stuff to get done around here. Hey, one more thing. I know you probably got a lot of great things going on down there. So why don't you send us your pictures and videos to Space Adventure 2020 Facebook. Thanks for joining us at Space Adventure Tech Lab. We hope to see you again.
Did it? Oh, yeah. Good. All right. Great. That was from me, man. Yeah, we did that.
Wonderful. Bravo. So beautiful. beautiful. So everybody get working on your space helmets and go
Yeah.
and a whole other video on space travel. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. That's the jar, Mik.
Right on. Well, I'm glad that you like them.
I love them. I can't wait for the next adventure. Do you have one planned that you're going to be working on?
Well, we're living it right now, so
A literal space adventure.
literal
yes.
space adventure.
Our space.
Yeah, so we'll see. We're on the move, and where we land will, determine how we report back to Earth.
But you want to know the truth?
Yes, absolutely.
Probably no. It's probably no. We got it all set up. We got all this stuff, and more, like so much more. There was so much more made, and puppets, and just insanity. So, the pandemic just deepened. We started it before we started. Are we done? Did we get?
Keep going.
We got murdered. Fuck.
No, we
What
can
did
hear
you? What
you.
did you? They heard you.
Okay, well, we started this before the pandemic started, and as we're filming, it was happening, toilet paper being the gag that we used. And then as it went on, it got too depressing. It was too much. It was too real. Everything. I didn't want to make anything that was lighthearted or didn't say anything, but I didn't want to fucking say anything. I didn't know what to say. And I became very suspicious about the identity of being a musician, as all the gigs were taken from me and everybody, and all hell broke loose. I lost interest in it, and it's sad. But if anybody wants to bankroll space adventuring, I'm always down to space adventure. If you know anything about me, space adventure came from 26 series that I did online called Space Adventure, and I did it for a year. And this was so before people were doing that stuff that nobody, and it wasn't very good. It's not good, but you should go back and look at my YouTube space adventuring. There's like goddamn 50 episodes or something of it. And
Is that Garrison at YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube on the Mik Garrison channel. But so it was fun to go back to space, and I feel like we had it all together, and it was really good. And so we did it. If anybody is ever interested, it's always there. We could always write space adventuring.
Basically, what there is there's the whole thing. You can see all of the different components is what we've presented. If somebody from Netflix wants to pick it
There you
up,
go.
then we can do more right now, because everything happened here in this space, and we're going to be having to move in the next couple of months. So lots of things are changing. The free love video we did manage to do in the middle of the pandemic, pre-election, in emotional crisis. I was like, we need to make a video for free love. And so it gave us something to do during that time.
I like how you brought your songs into your video productions. They're really quite phenomenal, and I hope you continue them. And I'm totally down for whatever. I need a space adventure big time.
Okay.
Well, yes, please. Absolutely. One last question for you, if you don't mind. Is there some sort of wise words of wisdom that you'd like to shout out to people, to maybe that pops into your head, or something that you'd like to share?
You know what I'm going to say, right?
I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, I've already said it like 5 times. If I got one thing I want to shout out to people, it's Don't talk about it. Be about it. Don't
Gotta
say
be
it.
Yes.
Do it.
You have to hear them. He's on their adventure. Everybody go to. I'm not going to play it because it's really long. So go. Not really long. It's like 11 minutes, but still, go watch the page.
Yeah,
Don't just talk about it. Be about it. From Mik Garrison and Lisa Lemke.
I would just say, fuck, I don't know. Don't, yeah, say, be about it. No, I'm not going to say it again.
No.
I wish that I believed more that the things that I wanted to happen were going to happen. So what I would say is do more things assuming that what you want to happen is going to happen, so that the things you'll need when it happens are ready and you're not scrambling for them. That's what I say to all of us, including me.
Love that. Those are really good tools to keep in our pockets. Both of them. Don't just talk about it, be about it, and keep those goals in your and start gathering the tools that you need for those goals. Right?
Assume it's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I want to thank you guys so much. I don't want to keep you for very long. We've already been here for hours, but
Super fun.
I hope out there's had fun. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you for spending your time with me and decorating everything and getting your space set up and all of your YouTubes. And please continue with everything.
We'll continue stuff. That is for sure. You will see more content from us. That is without a doubt.
And something that you said to me, Lisa, which really was helpful to me was, in your own time, like take the time to go through each moment, and that made a lot of sense. There's something going on.
Your time and what you need isn't the same as what any other individual needs. And sometimes we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves. And when you do more than your best, or you try to do more than your best, then you expend energy. And if you try and do less than your best, you lose energy. So, your best is different from moment to moment. And you just got to pay attention to yourself and flow with that. And it goes easier.
It goes very well. It goes very well, especially if you have a space helmet and a space car to travel in. Thank
you
so much. I hope you get your super heroes working and in your toolbox so you can use them. And I want to tell everybody to go to their YouTube site. They're really adorable, and give them some thumbs up. And have a really lovely night. It's so hard to say goodbye.
All right. Thank you, Hannah. Big hug. We love you.
Mwah. Thank you.
Box.
Mad respect. I love you guys tons and heaps. And let's do it again soon.
Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. I don't know.
What do we do?
This is
Hold on. Okay. I'll just click it.